Overcoming alcohol addiction. Are you ready to quit drinking or cut down to healthier levels? These tips can help you get started on the road to recovery. Emotional woman sharing her story with support group. How do I stop drinking? Overcoming an addiction to alcohol can be a long and bumpy road. At times, it may even feel impossible. But it's not. If you're ready to stop drinking and willing to get the support you need, you can recover from alcoholism and alcohol abuse, no matter how heavy you're drinking or how powerless you feel. And you don't have to wait until you hit rock bottom. You can make a change at any time. Whether you want to quit drinking altogether or cut down to healthier levels, these guidelines can help you get started on the road to recovery today. Most people with alcohol problems do not decide to make a big change out of the blue or transform their drinking habits overnight. Recovery is usually a more gradual process. In the early stages of change, denial is a huge obstacle. Even after admitting you have a drinking problem, you may make excuses and drag your feet. It's important to acknowledge your ambivalence about stopping drinking. If you're not sure if you're ready to change or you're struggling with the decision, it can help to think about the costs and benefits of each choice. Alcohol addiction treatment options. Some people are able to stop drinking on their own or with the help of a 12-step program or other support group, while others need medical supervision in order to withdraw from alcohol safely and comfortably. Which option is best for you depends on how much you've been drinking, how long you've had a problem, the stability of your living situation, and other health issues you may have. Examples of alcohol treatment programs. Residential treatment involves living at a treatment facility while undergoing intensive treatment during the day. Residential treatment normally lasts from 30 to 90 days. Partial hospitalization is for people who require ongoing medical monitoring but have a stable living situation. These treatment programs usually meet at the hospital for 3 to 5 days a week, 4 to 6 hours per day. Intensive outpatient programs, IUP, focus on relapse prevention and can often be scheduled around work or school. Therapy, individual, group, or family, can help you identify the root causes of your alcohol use, repair your relationships, and learn healthier coping skills. Tips for finding the best addiction treatment. There's no magic bullet or single treatment that works for everyone. Everyone's needs are different, so it's important that you find a program that feels right to you. Any alcohol addiction treatment program should be customized to your unique problems and situation. Treatment doesn't have to be limited to doctors and psychologists. Many clergy members, social workers, and counselors also offer addiction treatment services. Treatment should address more than just your alcohol abuse. Addiction affects your whole life, including your relationships, career, health, and psychological well-being. Treatment success depends on examining the way alcohol abuse has impacted you and developing a new way of living. Commitment and follow-through are key. Recovering from alcohol addiction or heavy drinking is not a quick and easy process. In general, the longer and more intense the alcohol use, the longer and more intense the treatment you'll need. But regardless of the treatment program's length in weeks or months, long-term follow-up care is crucial to your recovery. Get treatment for other medical or mental health issues. People often abuse alcohol to ease the symptoms of an undiagnosed mental health problem, such as depression or anxiety. As you seek help for alcohol addiction, it's also important to get treatment for any other psychological issues you're experiencing. Your best chance of recovery is by getting combined mental health and addiction treatment from the same treatment provider or team. Cutting back versus quitting alcohol altogether. Whether or not you can successfully cut back on your drinking depends on the severity of your drinking problem. If you're an alcoholic, which, by definition, means you aren't able to control your drinking, it's best to try to stop drinking entirely. But if you're not ready to take that step, or if you don't have an alcohol abuse problem but want to cut back for personal or health reasons, the following tips can help. Set your drinking goal. Choose a limit for how much you'll drink, but make sure your limit is not more than 1 drink a day. If you're a woman, 2 drinks a day. If you're a man, and try to have some days each week when you won't drink alcohol at all. Write your drinking goal down and keep it where you will frequently see it, such as on your phone or taped to your refrigerator. Keep a record of your drinking to help you reach your goal. For 3 to 4 weeks, write down every time you have a drink and how much you drink. Reviewing the results, you may be surprised at your weekly drinking habits. Cut down drinking at home. Try to limit or remove alcohol from your home. It's much easier to avoid drinking if you don't keep temptations around. Drink slower. When you drink, sip slowly and take a break of 30 minutes or 1 hour between drinks. Or drink soda, water, or juice between alcoholic drinks. Drinking on an empty stomach is never a good idea, so make sure you eat food when you drink. Schedule 1 or 2 alcohol-free days each week. Then, try to stop drinking for 1 week. Make a note about how you feel physically and mentally on these days. Recognizing the benefits may help you to cut down for good. Set goals and prepare for change. Once you've made the decision to change, the next step is establishing clear drinking goals. The more specific, realistic, and clear your goals, the better. Example number 1, my drinking goal. I will stop drinking alcohol. My first quit date is today. Example number 2, my drinking goal. I will stop drinking on weekdays, starting today. I will limit my Saturday and Sunday drinking to no more than 3 drinks per day or 5 drinks per weekend. After 3 months, I will cut back my weekend drinking even more to a maximum of 2 drinks per day and 3 drinks per weekend. Do you want to stop drinking altogether or just cut back? If your goal is to reduce your drinking, decide which days you will drink alcohol and how many drinks you will allow yourself per day. Try to commit to at least 2 days each week when you won't drink at all. When do you want to stop drinking or start drinking less? Tomorrow? In a week? Next month? Within 6 months? If you're trying to stop drinking, set a specific quit date. Evaluating the costs and benefits of drinking. Is drinking worth the cost, benefits of drinking? It helps me forget about my problems. I have fun when I drink. It's my way of relaxing and unwinding after a stressful day. Benefits of not drinking. My relationships would probably improve. I'd feel better mentally and physically. I'd have more time and energy for the people and activities I care about. Costs of drinking. It has caused problems in my relationships. I feel depressed, anxious, and ashamed of myself. It gets in the way of my job performance and family responsibilities. Costs of not drinking. I'd have to find another way to deal with problems. I'd lose my drinking buddies. I would have to face the responsibilities I've been ignoring. Withdrawing from alcohol safely. When you drink heavily and frequently, your body becomes physically dependent on alcohol and goes through withdrawal. If you suddenly stop drinking, the symptoms of alcohol withdrawal range from mild to severe and include headache, shaking, sweating, nausea or vomiting, anxiety and restlessness, stomach cramps and diarrhea, trouble sleeping or concentrating, elevated heart rate and blood pressure. Alcohol withdrawal symptoms usually start within hours after you stop drinking, peak in a day or 2, and improve within 5 days. But in some alcoholics, withdrawal is not just unpleasant, it can be life-threatening. If you're a long-term, heavy drinker, you may need medically supervised detoxification. Detox can be done on an outpatient basis or in a hospital or alcohol treatment facility where you may be prescribed medication to prevent medical complications and relieve withdrawal symptoms. Talk to your doctor or an addiction specialist to learn more. Seek emergency medical help if you experience any of the following withdrawal symptoms: severe vomiting, confusion and disorientation, fever, hallucinations, extreme agitation, seizures or convulsions. The symptoms listed above may be a sign of a severe form of alcohol withdrawal called delirium tremens, or DTs. This rare, emergency condition causes dangerous changes in the way your brain regulates your circulation and breathing, so it's important to get to the hospital right away. Get support, whether you choose to tackle your alcohol addiction by going to rehab, getting therapy, or taking a self-directed treatment approach. Support is essential. Don't try to go it alone. Recovering from alcohol addiction or abuse is much easier when you have people you can lean on for encouragement, comfort, and guidance. Support can come from family members, friends, counselors, other recovering alcoholics, your healthcare providers, and people from your faith community. Lean on close friends and family. Having the support of friends and family members is an invaluable asset in recovery. If you're reluctant to turn to your loved ones because you've let them down before, consider going to couples counseling or family therapy. Build a sober social network. If your previous social life revolved around alcohol, you may need to make some new connections. It's important to have sober friends who will support your recovery. Try taking a class, joining a church or a civic group, volunteering, or attending events in your community. Make meetings a priority, join a recovery support group and attend meetings regularly. Spending time with people who understand exactly what you're going through can be very healing. You can also benefit from the shared experiences of the group members and learn what others have done to stay sober. Find new meaning in life. While getting sober is an important first step, it is only the beginning of your recovery from alcohol addiction or heavy drinking. Rehab or professional treatment can get you started on the road to recovery, but to stay alcohol-free for the long term, you'll need to build a new, meaningful life where drinking no longer has a place. 5 steps to a sober lifestyle. Take care of yourself. To prevent mood swings and combat cravings, concentrate on eating right and getting plenty of sleep. Exercise is also key. It releases endorphins, relieves stress, and promotes emotional well-being. Build your support network. Surround yourself with positive influences and people who make you feel good about yourself. The more you're invested in other people and your community, the more you have to lose, which will help you stay motivated and on the recovery track. Develop new activities and interests. Find new hobbies, volunteer activities, or work that gives you a sense of meaning and purpose. When you're doing things you find fulfilling, you'll feel better about yourself and drinking will hold less appeal. Continue treatment. Your chances of staying sober improve if you are participating in a support group like Alcoholics Anonymous, have a sponsor, or are involved in therapy or an outpatient treatment program. Deal with stress in a healthy way. Alcohol abuse is often a misguided attempt to manage stress. Find healthier ways to keep your stress level in check, such as exercising, meditating, or practicing breathing exercises or other relaxation techniques. Plan for triggers and cravings. Cravings for alcohol can be intense, particularly in the first 6 months after you quit drinking. Good alcohol treatment prepares you for these challenges, helping you develop new coping skills to deal with stressful situations, alcohol cravings, and social pressure to drink. Avoiding drinking triggers. Avoid the things that trigger your urge to drink. If certain people, places, or activities trigger a craving for alcohol, try to avoid them. This may mean making major changes to your social life, such as finding new things to do with your old drinking buddies, or even giving up those friends and finding new ones. Practice saying no to alcohol in social situations. No matter how much you try to avoid alcohol, there will probably be times where you're offered a drink. Prepare ahead for how you'll respond with a firm, yet polite, no thanks. Managing alcohol cravings. When you're struggling with alcohol cravings, try these strategies. Talk to someone you trust, your sponsor, a supportive family member or friend, or someone from your faith community. Distract yourself until the urge passes. Go for a walk, listen to music, do some house cleaning, run an errand, or tackle a quick task. Remind yourself of your reasons for not drinking. When you're craving alcohol, there's a tendency to remember the positive effects of drinking and forget the negatives. Remind yourself of the adverse long-term effects of heavy drinking and how it won't really make you feel better, even in the short term. Accept the urge and ride it out instead of trying to fight it. This is known as urge surfing. Think of your craving as an ocean wave that will soon crest, break, and dissipate. When you ride out the craving, without trying to battle, judge, or ignore it, you'll see that it passes more quickly than you'd think. Handling setbacks in your recovery. Alcohol recovery is a process, one that often involves setbacks. Don't give up if you relapse or slip. A drinking relapse doesn't mean you're a failure or that you'll never be able to reach your goal. Each drinking relapse is an opportunity to learn and recommit to sobriety, so you'll be less likely to relapse in the future. The 3 basic steps of urge surfing. Assess how you're experiencing the craving. Sit in a comfortable chair with your feet flat on the floor and your hands in a relaxed position. Take a few deep breaths and focus your attention inward. Allow your attention to wander through your body. Notice the part of your body where you're experiencing the craving and what the sensations are like. Tell yourself what it feels like. For example, my craving is in my mouth and nose and in my stomach. Focus on one area where you're experiencing the urge. How do the sensations in that area feel? For example, perhaps you feel hot, cold, tingly, or numb. Are your muscles tense or relaxed? How large an area is involved? Describe the sensations to yourself and any changes that occur. My mouth feels dry and parched. There is tension in my lips and tongue. I keep swallowing. As I exhale, I can imagine the smell and tingle of a drink. Repeat on each part of your body that's experiencing the craving. What changes occur in the sensations? Notice how the urge comes and goes. You'll likely notice that after a few minutes the craving has gone. The purpose of urge surfing is not to make cravings disappear, but to experience them in a new way. However, with practice, you'll learn how to ride your cravings out until they go away naturally. Handling setbacks in your recovery. Alcohol recovery is a process, one that often involves setbacks. Don't give up if you relapse or slip. A drinking relapse doesn't mean you're a failure or that you'll never be able to reach your goal. Each drinking relapse is an opportunity to learn and recommit to sobriety, so you'll be less likely to relapse in the future. What to do if you slip? Get rid of the alcohol and get away from the setting where you lapsed. Remind yourself that one drink or a brief lapse doesn't have to turn into a full-blown relapse. Don't let feelings of guilt or shame keep you from getting back on track. How to help someone stop drinking. Alcohol abuse and addiction doesn't just affect the person drinking, it affects their families and loved ones too. Watching a family member struggle with a drinking problem can be as heartbreakingly painful as it is frustrating. But while you can't do the hard work of overcoming addiction for your loved one, your love and support can play a crucial part in their long-term recovery. Talk to the person about their drinking. Express your concerns in a caring way and encourage your friend or family member to get help. Try to remain neutral and don't argue, lecture, accuse, or threaten. Learn all you can about addiction. Research the kinds of treatment that are available and discuss these options with your friend or family member. Take action. Consider staging a family meeting or an intervention, but don't put yourself in a dangerous situation. Offer your support along each step of the recovery journey. Don't make excuses for your loved one's behavior. The person with the drinking problem needs to take responsibility for their actions. Don't lie or cover things up to protect someone from the consequences of their drinking. Don't blame yourself. You aren't to blame for your loved one's drinking problem and you can't make them change. Take care of yourself. You don't need to face this alone. Turn to trusted friends, a support group, or your own therapist to help you cope. It's also important not to neglect your own needs. Schedule time into your day for relaxing and doing things you enjoy. Thanks for watching. For more help, touch the links below. Feel free to subscribe for further assistance.